In this section, we want to learn about square root property and completing the square. We already know the definition of square root. So when we solve the equation x squared equals k, the solution will become either square root of k or minus square root of k. When k is any real number, because we already know the imaginary number I. And when we say x is square root of k or minus square root of k, we write it as plus or minus square root of k. As I said, if k is less than 0, then plus or minus square root of k is an imaginary number. In the first problem, we have x squared equals minus 81 when x is a real number. Simplify your answer as much as possible. When we have x squared equals certain number, the final answer will always be plus or minus square root of that number, which is minus 81. That is plus or minus I times square root of 81. That is plus or minus I times square root of 9 squared. Therefore, that's plus or minus I times 9. Usually we write I after a number, so 9i. So we solved the equation, but in this problem, what it says is x is a real number, not x squared. So after we solve, the answer must be a real number. In this case, we have an imaginary number. So there is no solution. Solve x squared equals 72, where x is a real number. When we solve the equation, again, we take square root on both sides. Then we have plus or minus square root of 72. So we have to decompose 78. That's 4 times 18, and then 18 is 2 times 9. So that is plus or minus square root of 4 times square root of 2 times square root of 9. That is plus minus 2 times square root of 2 times 3. So this 2 times 3 will make 6. So plus minus 6 square root of 2. Therefore, the final answer x is 6 square root of 2 and minus 6 square root of 2. In the next problem, we have to solve w minus 2 squared minus 28 equals 0, where w is a number. Simplify your answer as much as possible. To remove minus 28, To get x minus 2 squared by itself on the left side, we add 28 on both sides. W minus 2 squared equals 28, therefore, so we take square root on both sides, then we have W minus 2 plus or minus square root of 28. 28 is 4 times 7, so we can write it as plus or minus square root of 4 times square root of 7. Therefore, that is plus or minus 2 square root of 7. So, we have two cases that can be interpreted as W minus 2 equals 2 square root of 7, or W minus 2 equals minus square root of 2 minus 2 square root of 7. So we add 2 on both sides, then we have W equals 2 plus 2 square root of 7. On the right side, we have W minus 2 is minus 2 square root of 7. We add 2 on both sides, then W equals 2 minus 2 square root of 7. So we got two answers. Both are irrational numbers, conjugate numbers. When we say perfect squares, there are two forms, x plus a squared or x minus a squared. When we use FOIL and expand that out, we have x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. The other one, if the middle part is minus, then that is x squared minus 2ax plus a squared. What is important to remember is the last number is certain number squared, and that base number is the half of the number written in front of x. Always remember. In the following problem, we have to fill in the blank to make the expression a perfect square. So it must be either the first or second form. This has 12w, so it's something to do with x plus a squared. We can understand the middle part as 2 times 6. What I said was the last number is half of 12, so that is 6. 6 squared, so we have to write 36. When we decompose it, so that is w plus half of the number in front of w, which is 6 squared. In this problem, we wanna solve the quadratic equation by completing the square. We have a quadratic equation, x squared minus 10x plus 11 equals 0. What we wanna do will be, we wanna make the format similar to this format. So what we will do will be, we will move 11 to the right side by subtracting 11 on both sides. Then we have x squared minus 10x equals minus 11. we want to do completing the square. So it'll be either this first pattern or second pattern, but the number in front of x is minus, so it'll be second pattern. So we will fill out this one. What I said was when we do completing the square, we have to write the half of the number in front of x. When we divide by 2, that is 5 and 5 squared. That number will be added on both sides. Then the left side can be decomposed into x minus half of the number in front of x, which is 5, and then squared. On the right side, this one is 25. 25 minus 11 will make 14. So we have x minus 5 equals square root of 14, or x minus 5 equals minus square root of 14. Indeed, we don't have to write the parentheses here. So what we have to do to solve for x will be adding 5 on both sides. So we have x equals 5 plus square root of 14, or x equals 5 minus square root of 14. So we have two solutions, and we can write it together by writing 5 plus or minus square root of 14. For this part, that'll be x. We already worked that out. X minus 5 squared equals 14.